The one and only Multiverse presents a grand unified theory. The atom. Quantum fields in the multiverse. Ernest Rutherford. 1871 to 1937, age 66. Atomic nucleus and electrons. Niels Bohr. 1885 to 1962, age 77. Atomic structure and quantum theory. Top view, a primal hydrogen atom, with quantum ring fields. Top view, helium atom with quantum ring fields. The web page and video are not AI generated. Your host, Richard E. Noer. Atom, a unique ring, torus field structure, containing a spinning nucleus with protons and neutrons, spherical magnetic quantum ring fields with electrons, and torus fields no electrons. It is locked in an exact formation by the forces of magnetism, although it can add and subtract dark matter particles to balance energies further. With primal hydrogen, there is no neutron. In the multiverse theory, the atom does not agree with what you have been told. There is new thinking about this because of the existence of dark matter particles. Conventional science believes that the space between electrons and the nucleus of the atom is empty, and electrons orbit because of gravity. Nothing can be further from the truth. The area between the nucleus of an atom and its electrons is filled with billions of dark matter particles in varying degrees of rotational and counter-rotational energy. Quantum ring fields. The electrons orbit in a magnetic neutral corridor, created by stacked CCW spin and flow magnetic fields, of the atom's outer layers. So this space between electrons and atomic cores, has a lot of things going on. It is not empty. It is filled to the brim with dark matter particles and lots of dark energy. Potential and active. There is another kind of field created by the spinning atomic nucleus. This would be torus quantum fields. These fields radiate inward and outward from the poles of a spinning atomic core nucleus. They are different in structure. The fields are bonded in strings of dark matter particles. Pole to pole to pole, same direction rotating energy with spin and flow magnetism. This develops CW and CCW rotating polar magnetic flowing fields. Eventually they interact and form twine or rope chains. Now for something new and interesting about atomic torus chains. When atoms bond together, it is the ring fields that do the bonding. Bonding will occur even when the individual atomic cores are not spinning in the same direction. This affects the number, strength, and intensity of atomic quantum torus fields. Individual atomic north-south magnetic flow. There is only two possible choices, same spin direction or opposite spin direction. When atoms are randomly aligned, torus chaining will also be random. A unique polar magnetic flow. When atoms are aligned with same core spin energy, something remarkable happens. Because of common core spin energy of bonded atoms in a structure, the many torus chains they create will be strong with a combined single magnetic flow direction. If the torus chains radiate outside the body, so will the magnetic flow. When this happens, and they encounter a magnetic attraction force from the quantum ring fields of the parent body's radius, will in turn pull on the many external torus chains, and they will move and orientate their poles, thus attempting to close their magnetic flow. This is why, when you have two separated magnets close to each other, they will come together in a chained configuration. This is a direct result of spin direction and magnetic flow of universal particles in torus fields. One more important thing, you will not find any orbiting electrons in quantum torus fields. This is because the type of bonded string fields the spinning core has created, won't let electrons pass, they are repelled. Lastly, almost all of the energy of the atom is in its vast quantum fields, not in its core. Once an atom forms under high energies, it becomes relatively set in a particular configuration. The amount of compression energy, intervals, and intensity of the quantum ring fields is directly linked to the core structure. The ring fields now have a combination of devoted potential energy because of magnetism, and varying spin energy which can change with the environment. Once a new atom has reached a configuration lock, it is possible for all universal particles to heat up, or cool, but maintain the structure. Only under extreme gravity or environment, does the atom change its configuration. Atomic vibrations. Unique spectral lines of each individual element. Yes, all atoms physically and magnetically vibrate. This is because of particle rotation, nucleus rotation, and orbiting electron energy. Their smallness enables them to vibrate very fast, which in turn creates oscillating universal particle magnetic and pressure wave energy. If the oscillating and spin energy reaches into the light spectrum, light waves are generated. High-energy atoms are now producing light. Because each atom has a specific nucleus, proton, neutron, electron complement, and surrounding dark matter fields, the spinning magnetic pulling pushing vibrations on these fields would be different for each element. Vibrating magnetic steps, intervals, and quantum fields. This means that hydrogen has a slower vibration than sodium, and sodium slower than magnesium, etc. The amount of energy an atom has can be enormous because of the extreme numbers of dark matter particles of the quantum fields. They all have rotational, compression, and are magnetically involved. An atom of uranium would have high stored energy, versus an atom of helium, with lower stored energy. Tm stored energy is the amount of magnetic compression of universal particle matter. XCP dark energy. Tm. If you want to know more about the spectral lines you see in the above graphic, see Encyclopedia 86, or the light page. Evolution of the hydrogen atom. Top right digit depicts number of nucleus protons. Primal hydrogen. Proton, electron, Q fields, no neutron. Magnetic torus fields form first after a black star supernova. These fields form strings, ropes, and chains, which gradually evolve into protons. The protons are the second structures to form, and are created as a direct result of torus chains bonding. Electrons, on the other hand, were made in the proton's quantum ring fields, and not from the black star supernova. To carry evolution a little further, the neutron was made by squeezing a proton, and finally, the neutrino was created by squeezing an electron. More details, see the particle evolution page. After a black star supernova, energy created spinning protons, quantum ring fields developed around them to balance out rotational energies. The quantum fields kept the protons apart, but there was still a positive charge imbalance of each structure. Nature's way of solving this problem was to create an opposite charge particle in the outer magnetic ring fields. Because of the positive energy surroundings, and a magnetic pulling force of the spinning proton nucleus, a streaming orbiting cloud of universal particles developed a counter-rotational corkscrew torus looping pattern. It formed the same way a proton did and had the same looping structure, but a much smaller size. This is because only twine-size magnetic chains could form while it was orbiting. This time, counter-rotational smaller-size magnetic chains are looping through the center axis of the newly formed particle. It gives the developing electron a negative charge. As you know, electrons can also have quantum ring fields if they are not swept away by lateral motion. Because of the electron's high speed, quantum fields are not an issue as it zips around the atom in a magnetic neutral zone, caused by the atom's spinning nucleus, and the energy of the outer quantum ring fields. This creates an equal, but opposite charge for the atomic structure, and gravity is now the moving force of the atom. The hydrogen atom is now complete and becomes a magnetic, bonded structure. It is separated from the dark matter sea and can travel independently. Now in open space, only gravity influences the behavior of the atom. The helium atom. Adding a proton and 2 neutrons. Periodic table of helium. I know this atom is tiny, but look very, very closely. The helium atom has the same basic layered structure as all atoms have, but with a different nucleus construction. This time there are 2 protons, 2 neutrons in its central spinning core, with quantum ring and torus fields, and finally, there are 2 electrons. There is a new member of the subatomic family, and that is the neutron. It was made when hydrogen atoms were involved in the high compression energy of a fusion reaction. The neutron was most likely created by squeezing a proton until the CCW fields closed their loops, and forcing their way through the center of the proton structure. Now both CW and CCW magnetic torus strings loop through the axis. The compression energies have turned a proton into a neutron. The energies of hydrogen fusion made the helium atom. These extreme gravitational and magnetic forces have rearranged the hydrogen core. The protons and neutrons of the nucleus are now kept in place by a new super-strong, first ring quantum field and bonded CCW fields of protons and neutrons. All subsequent fields have reconfigured themselves according to the strength and composition of the new spinning central nucleus. The neutrons and protons that are magnetically coupled don't spin separately, they spin locked together. The proton-neutron coupling stabilizes the core, but in high energies, the bond can be broken. This in turn explains the phenomena of nuclear fission or core decay. Weak nuclear force. The helium atom is a stable independent structure, and has its own magnetic quantum field configuration. It also is capable of adding and subtracting dark matter particles to its outer domain, to further balance the atom. This activity also causes the electrons to jump corridors, thus interrupting the vibrating atom and producing the phenomena of spectral lines. TM More about spectral lines, see Encyclopedia 86. Moving up the periodic table. Oxygen, 8 protons. Nucleus spin. Nucleus spin creates unique torus fields. Nucleus spin creates unique ring fields. This is an important part of TM theory. It is crucial to establish the concept of spinning atomic nucleus. It is the only way that magnetic quantum torus and ring fields form and interact, thus producing all the variations of elements and compounds that make up the cosmos. These quantum fields are slightly different for each nucleus proton and neutron count. Their spinning core magnetic force and spin energy sets up the blueprint for torus and ring field construction and intervals, which in turn influences how and at what energy levels the elements bond, thus creating all the wondrous compounds of all existence. So as you can see, if there were no dark matter, there would be no quantum torus or ring fields. Please don't tell me that dark matter is only a part of the void of space, and the warping of space-time is what creates the wonder of gravity, energy, matter, and magnetism. That concept is just not credible. It is what we used to call in the U.S. Air Force, bovine scatology. Your host, Richard E. Noer. Young me. Mini me. Email, noerastronomy@gmail.com. Here in a multiverse, our goal is to find the cosmic truth. No matter where, or how far it takes you, the universe truly does unify. If you get the basics right,